So first off, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Gig Merge.
So big shout out to Gig Merge, man.
Gig Merge.
So how's everybody doing?
Good.
Right.
Very good.
Y'all ready to have this real conversation? I need y'all to be honest.
All facts.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna talk about the relationship between like the producer and the artist. And my first question is, what is your ideal scenario when you're working with an artist or a producer?
I feel like you need to have pretty good chemistry with said artist. Even if it's with somebody new, you know if you can click with somebody because the vibe is right.
Yeah.
Like for sure. You gotta have like a good headspace, good chemistry, and always stay open minded.
You gotta come to a common ground when working on music and stuff like that as well. So chemistry is also a real big thing.
And I'm real big on sobriety when it comes to like certain like I'd have been in a room with engineers, not per se producers. You know, they engineer my track, but they drinking mad stuff and they're not as focused. You know what I'm saying? Like so you know what I'm saying?
I just look. I look for the producer to match my energy. If we don't share the same vision or the same passion, then I can kind of sense that, and it makes me kind of back off. If we don't, we definitely got to match the same energy as far as getting the work done and getting the sound done and stuff like that.
Chemistry, man.
I would definitely say collaboration. Definitely try to take everyone's ideas into perspective and try to bring everybody's skills to the table.
Tell me about your biggest pet peeve when it comes to working with an artist or producer, and be honest. I want to know the tea.
I can 100% say my biggest pet peeve when it comes to working with some producers are they always feel like they're right when it come to hearing stuff in a track. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, like I understand producers, you know, that is your niche, but it's just like if I hear it and it don't sit right with me, then I can't work with it. Right. Like it's like you gotta be willing to work with me just like I'm willing to work with you.
It won't work for the other people listening to it either.
Yeah,
if you're already hearing it.
If I can't hear it,
somebody else probably can.
Somebody gonna hear it too.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves.
Mine's the opposite, is when I'm trying to get critical feedback and
like
ask
direction,
like an honest opinion, like, hey, what do you think about this? And they say, oh, it's great, love it.
Yes, man.
It's like, no, it's not. Like I know there's something off.
Tell me the truth.
Yeah.
My biggest pet peeve in like post-production is when you don't get the song back for a while and then it disappears and it never comes out. Sometimes that happens.
My biggest pet peeve is when the artist isn't prepared. They're underprepared. Like, you know, they know what they're trying to do, but they expect the producer to do what they're trying to do.
You said that.
I mean that.
Now I would say for me,
as a producer, like if a artist was to come to you feel me, you recording an artist or whatever, they come to your studio and they recording a track, but they don't have their lyrics prepared. They trying to freestyle the whole time. Is that a thing that y'all accept?
No, I was about to just get to that. That was something I was actually speaking of because I'm working with somebody now who we started, of course, where everything was prepared. But now he says he want to catch that vibe and just come in there and do it. So for me, I'm totally down with that. So either way works. But again, like a big pet peeve for me would just be for the artist not being as, I want to say reliable, more so just on the human level. Like if I need you to be here, I need you to be on time. If you're going to be here, then I need you to do X, Y, and Z. So it's just those two things. But I don't feel like it's a problem if an artist if they absolutely need to just come. And they just want to just be in the atmosphere, because sometimes that's going to create it. So.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's just respecting other people's time.
Yeah, that's
and
basically.
like if that's where their best art comes from, is freestyling, like, and you know that, you gotta set aside 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and be like, we're gonna dedicate this to you. But if they're the type where they need that lyric, whole thing sketched out, and they're coming in there, they don't have it ready, they're trying to write it as they're coming. That's disrespect to your time.
Yeah.
That's where I was getting at that.
Yeah, so like professionalism. I guess I never thought about professionalism in like rappers and music. Like, but that's true.
There's only a certain number of hours in the day.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you guys said that. So what do you guys feel like producers and artists need to understand or respect when they're working with you? We talked a little bit about professionalism, but like what else is there?
I feel like you should respect the artist's opinion. Okay. As well as the artist should respect your opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have to agree with that. It's all opinion based, you know. Like he may have a different view than I do, but we gotta be willing to come together and formulate an opinion that works for both of us as far as moving forward with the project. So I might have to agree with that.
Have y'all ever been in a space where you felt like you weren't respected?
What?
You kind of described that.
I definitely.
Man, like, my bad for cutting you
Oh
off,
no, you
bro.
good.
You good, my brother.
It's been times, man, where I'm telling an artist like, hey, man, this is how you should approach the beat, or this is how you should sing, or this is how you should maybe reword it, and it's, nah, I ain't doing that. Whoa, bro, you just talk to me. Especially like if you're doing work in an open environment and it's like, 5, 6, almost 10 people in a room, so it's so much activity going on, you know what I'm saying? So it could be miscommunication as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like as an artist, when I'm working with a producer and we working apart and we sending stuff back and forth, I just would like for all the stems, everything I need, and for us to have that communication as far as where we going with it. Working together in the studio is different. In that instance, I just would like us to come together and share the same vision.
What you're saying, I kind of forget that this is the producer side and this is the rapper side, but that's an expectation of you need the instrumental. That's yours. Like we need to get that out to you.
And I was gonna say, as an artist, it helps me a lot when the producer leaves notes on how the direction of the song was supposed to go. Maybe tell you, I want the melody right here. Maybe you should. It takes a little load off your back from it's easy now. I got the confine. I got the format. Boom, I can do my job. Do my stuff.
I was kind of curious. Do you guys like that? Like, if you're coming on to a producer's track and it's their track, but they're using you as like a feature or something. Do you guys like it where we have the idea 100%, like I've got it start to finish already?
The reason I like that is because the producer is always the first person that I want to get the validation from. Was that executed how you envisioned it? And I get the okay from the producer. That's when I can let everybody else hear it.
And then that also helps inspire inspiration for the track too. So to give the artist a type of framework.
That's what I like working with. Is when I love to have the idea start to finish, like I've got it in my head.
I write best that way.
But I need that criticism and that feedback. Yeah. So I like that.
Now, even a question just to piggyback on that. Have you all ever had something that you all said that you that it was written for you all, like you was going to somebody else and it was like, hey, can you say this for me? Whether they just wanted your voice on it or not.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Because the reason I was asking that, because sometimes like when I make music where I'm either rapping or singing or whatever I'm doing, I remember I used to write stuff and I used to bring a singer in or artist in and be like, just sing it. Like I would never tell them how I wanted them to sing it. I would just say sing it. Yeah. So then what would happen is I would get how they would naturally do it, and I feel like it would add to my creativity and we can put it together.
Yeah. So it's a whole different idea.
And it's a whole different thing at that point.
And it's a beautiful piece of work at the end of the day.
So are you all okay with that? Like if somebody
I mean, I'm cool with it.
That too.
I usually don't ever run into situations where it's like,
here.
Usually like I usually come in like, all right, I got this, and I need to lay this, and they just be like, all right, cool.
You said for a rapper or a vocalist?
But
like either or, because it may be something where somebody just wants you to say a part because you got that voice that fit, but they need you to say that specific thing.
And that's part of your job. It is put your spin on it, though. I feel like if somebody give me a melody or give me even some bar, I have people try to, man, I don't rap, but I want you to be the voice to say these bars. As an artist, I gotta put my spin on. I'm not gonna take it and from verbatim give it to me how you gonna say anyway. I don't care. I'm gonna have to put my spin on it.
And I believe that Kendrick Lamar is one of the most creative.
I was just about to say.
Listen, bro.
Right here.
Listen, bro.
Kendrick energy all day.
About to say that.
Because Kendrick Lamar's producer and his engineer. You listen,
Ali and Soundwave.
Ali,
I'm gonna say just like Noah.
I'm gonna say Noah.
Their whole production team. Like I see it almost as like a Justice League because they mesh so well.
Because Kendrick's not doing this by himself.
No.
J. Cole's not doing this by himself. There's some creative input.
I mix my own music, so.
Okay.
So yeah, I study Ali a lot.
I love Ali, bro. One of my favorite producers, engineers.
Grammy Award.
Engineers, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it around. Okay, cool.
Gig merge, when gigs merge, everlasting passion when I give words. Gig merge, when gigs merge.
All right, so we're talking about this chemistry and the chemistry between a producer and a rapper or artist. What's the moment when you know like this is not working? Like how do you know when a relationship like that isn't working for
Communication rule the nation. If I gotta keep communicating and reaching out to somebody that's not reaching back, that's get to them. That's a pet peeve for real.
Okay.
So you gotta be real communicative because it's gonna help in the long term to understand where we at.
That's it for me. Is kind of the moment where I kind of sense a shift in the way that the music is being made. Then at that moment I kind of realized like it ain't what I thought it was, or it's not what it was when we first started out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause if I'm telling you exactly what I need and you sending me something else, then clearly we having a disconnect, and I don't know where it's coming from. But that's not what I asked for. So
I look at it from like an in session kind of thing. You all looked at it as far as sending stuff back and forth, but like so even from when I'm recording people and I'm in, my biggest thing that I was gonna say was body language. So you can tell like a person's body language because I was in a session with some singers and they had something that they wrote. They were singing the part, and then I was like, okay, but you gotta sing it because you not the pitch is wrong. You know what I'm saying? You out of tune. And so they were so mad because they were like, you trying to make what I'm saying monotone. I'm not trying to make it. You just can't hit them notes. Like I didn't. Of course, I did not say it like that. But I just kept being encouraging. Like no, instead of saying that, I just kept trying to give them different ways to do it. But they got upset because it didn't turn out the way that they wanted. In actuality, they were the reason for that. But they just in their head they can't be wrong.
Throw some attitude on it, bro.
That's true. I mean, that's because you listen to the input and it goes wrong. Who can you blame? You do what you wanted to do and it goes wrong, who can you blame? You know, it's a lose-lose unless it's a win when everything turns out perfect. And you're like, okay, now I see why. And that's where the chemistry is. That's when you know how to keep coming back and recreating that.
So do any of you struggle with communication, like telling someone that they may not sound as good, or telling a producer?
I would never tell nobody they don't sound as good. I'll just help them critique on what I hear, because I mean, I can't tell no. You can never. I feel like you never discourage nobody. You feel me?
So Ice JJ, like if he came in with you,
Hey, she put you on the hot seat.
Check this out. You ever heard of AR-45? Yeah. Listen. AR-45 is mad famous.
Yeah.
He can't rap. He don't have no good talent when it comes to making music, but he's famous for it. And this is the thing. It's not. It's a fan base for everything. It's a fan base for everybody. It's all about how you market and how you target your audience.
That's the gospel,
bro.
That's true.
Back to your question though, I found the best way that I do it is compliment, critique, compliment. You sandwich those together.
Yes.
Last thing in their head is something positive.
Yeah.
So they see it, they get sad, but then they get happy again. So
Okay. All right, let's move
When you're not
on.
having fun.
When you're not having fun with the
That
person.
is a big thing, man. It's gotta be. You gotta have fun.
That's interesting. So that wow.
You gotta have fun. That's a thing.
Like no matter what type of music it is, you gotta have some sort of fun with it. Like if you're not, then you in the wrong. You in the wrong.
Exactly.
Like work, my guy. Like
You might as well
just take a break.
Go read a book.
100%.
You might as
And
well.
you also gotta realize like there are moments where it's a grind and it is work, and you just gotta be putting in the hours of getting those trivial little things to be fixed. As a producer, we see that a lot too.
That's the engineering side.
But at the end of the day, like you should be going into a track passionate, loving it, waking up ready to write for you guys. And yeah, that's end my point. But yeah, I agree.
How do you guys cut those relationships? Is it a conversation or are y'all ghosters?
Go ghost.
I fade away in the wind.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. even going back to the girls who was like singing, I mean, they didn't come back to record. The thing is, we slightly finished the song. I sent it to like at least 10 people. Everybody said it was banging, but because it didn't sound exactly like what they wanted, and they didn't come back, so I guess I was ghosted.
I feel like in a sense, if in a turn, you know, in speaking professionalism, you should say something like, you know, like, hey, bro, this isn't it. Maybe I'm not the right vibe for you. Best of luck to your journeys.
It's not you, it's me.
You know, it could be
That's the line.
If you want engineers take it personally,
you know, you know, like it's some people don't know how to take a no for real. So when they hear that, oh, you calling my stuff trash? No, bro, I'm just saying I can't work with you.
You can say yes.
You know what's
Wait,
sad.
wait, sorry. Q, you were saying something. What were you saying?
I was saying like I had producers tell me that it was a slap in the face to them for me to hop on YouTube beats or to remix other people's beats, because they're like, even the engineers, they get mad at you. They take it personal. It's competitive when you, I'm over here with another engineer and somebody like, who mixed that song? It wasn't me. I thought I would. So yeah, them type of relationships can get
More
sticky.
power to that man who's doing it. What? Teach me.
Oh no, that's a sensitive person. Yeah, that's a sensitive person. That's a sensitive person.
So I can learn.
So, do you feel like creating the relationship and becoming friends with the artist or producer is important, or it goes against business?
I feel like if it's business, keep it strictly business. But like if you're feeling a vibe from this person and you want to build a bond, then go ahead and be that person's friend, man. Yeah. It's a couple producers in the city, that's well known. Pharaoh on the track. My dude Ooze Too Nasty. Ooze Too Nasty, I grew up with him. You feel me? So me and him are already cool as brothers. We're linked in. But Pharaoh, I'm his friend. I could call him, hey bro, let's play some Mortal Kombat, or hey bro, let's talk about this artist versus, hey, I need you to make this beat. You see what I'm saying? It's more organic.
Yeah, and I definitely, not to cut you off, but I definitely see both sides of that, as far as a friendship could make it where, man, we cool, so it could be more lenient.
I can jump in on there. I was talking to you about this earlier, about when I'm producing and I'm trying to get a vocalist on, especially one of the girls that I worked with, I never met her, but I knew her through a friend, and she came by, and I just tried to make as much of a personal connection as possible, just to get her comfortable in the studio, get the vocals comfortable. Yeah. But then we made this blowout vocal, and I just felt the connection. I felt like we were best friends right then and there, because we had that thing to connect on. Yeah. But afterwards, we went our separate ways. That's how it is. But I really like emotional connections, getting inside somebody's head, understanding them when you're in the studio, more than just business at that point.
So go ahead. It's okay if it's temporary, it didn't hurt your feelings that y'all never talked again.
Not really.
That's a hit it and quit it situation where music in the music industry.
I cherish the moment that we had.
The music industry is like a revolving door. People come and go. Producers last longer than artists do. That's just how it is. So you could create a friendship with somebody and it could be long standing, but that person may never see the light of fame ever again. But that producer might still be doing their thing. It's a family thing to me. The people that I work with, they like family. I can like you said, lean on them to play a game. I can call and have casual conversation. I can sit in the booth and work on stuff for hours and it not be weird. It's not just business.
With close relationships, my older brother, he's a producer, so I know I can get a free beat from him. He's one of those guys with an ear that I can tell him to kind of make this sound and he'll give it to me. So I like that because it's a free beat. But that's not gonna guarantee me to always get the quality beat, or what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the best producer. If I want to branch out, I still don't want to limit myself just because it's free to. I'm just gonna go with the freebie. It's easier. Yeah. I gotta still think about the bigger picture, the catalog, the sound, all that. Yeah.
You guys make the relationship between the producer and the rapper sound so copacetic. I know you guys know some relationships that really aren't, or some problems. What are some problems between the two that you guys see? Why is there such? Is there a beef between rappers and producers at all?
Producers be shady sometimes, giving people the same beats and trying to make it true.
Yeah. I like this. That's an industry thing too. That's an industry thing.
Y'all got quiet. No, I'm joking.
No, so what I would say is on that piece, as far as that being an industry thing, that's very important, because let's say I send you a pack of beats, I may send a pack of beats to another another artist as well. See, the thing with it, and if you don't use it, let's say
you gotta give it to somebody else.
Yeah, let's say you don't use it, but then they use it, and then you have an epiphany one day in the studio. Hey, this bang, how I missed this? But then they already claimed it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's just how it happens.
No. What it is, they sell them a lease of it. So like they got a beat pack, but it's a lease of the beat pack.
Yeah.
It's not,
So it's basically whoever blow up with that song first can claim most of the...
They can spend the extra bread on it, then it's their beat versus them like just giving it to somebody, just throwing out beats, giving them out to people. Like there's some people, there's some shady producers out there just trying to get a buck, so they gonna do that. You know, I'm not that type.
See, I know about that J. Cole situation with Bryson Tiller
and G Money.
G Money's from the city, man, and Bryson Tiller. You feel me? That whole situation with that, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was
pretty jacked up.
That was deep.
It was pretty jacked up.
But who do you blame? Like, you feel me? Because Cole, like Bryson Tiller, he came out with the song, but you feel me? Cole, he came out with it. Don't even sound like the same beat, honestly.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, but it does at the same time.
It's just the same sample, bro.
I was like, it's using the same sample and kind of the same structure, just a tad bit.
All right, what's your opinion on somebody using like somebody else's hip hop beat, somebody else's instrumental, and doing their own rap over it?
That's fine.
It's part of the culture.
As long as you're not making money on it, that's how
that's a remix. That's a remix. You can't claim that. That's a remix.
In producers' terms, like if we was to hear that beat and then just try to remake it, it would be a remake. It's not a remix to it. You know what I'm saying?
Just to piggyback, it's like it's a real fine line. Like I wasn't even learning stuff when Pharrell he got sued. So it was people teaching me when I was out in LA, and then they was talking to me about how even if you reference a song, right? Because one of my professors when I was in school would always tell me, hey, don't ever sample nothing, just do it and recreate it. But see, that's what's good with being a musician. Like, it's really hard to recreate a beat if you really don't play an instrument, right? But then he was like, but it's not just that simple, right? So one of the things that I found out that they do, like in lawsuits, right? So they may just randomly poll people walking down the street to get data to say, hey, if you listen to this song sound like this song when you first hear it. And so if it's like that close, you can get sued off of, oh, we know you use this as a reference for your song if it sounds that close enough. And they'll do it by just polling random people walking down the street. Like, what you think about this?
It's like Robin Thicke and that whole...
Yeah, no, that's the song that's the exact song I'm referring to with Pharrell and Robin Thicke. So Pharrell produced that song, and that's exactly what happened.
So to answer your question more, I think it's normalized, especially with the YouTube beat culture and stuff now. Like, it's instances where I go somewhere, maybe to a show or somewhere, I play some music, and then I hear somebody else with a song on the same beat. It's awkward. Like, it's awkward.
It happened to me before.
I
done seen that way too many times. Go to the club and it's an open mic night, and
they got the same
three
track.
dudes rap to the same beat.
Okay, y'all, we gotta wrap it up.
Whoever claim it first.
Yes, cute. Last.
I just want this last point on this. Whoever claim it first, even if they don't own it, they got software now that detect, like you were saying, the software that detects the sounds and stuff, and that's messing up the game too, because they taking my stuff down off the internet and saying somebody else own it because they was able to claim it first under that software.
To wrap it up, keep in mind we got 1 minute. What are some things like that can happen to kind of help, I guess, keep the relationship between producers and rappers copacetic? Like, what are some things?
Communication. That's still my thing.
Communication is key.
Yeah, communication.
Keep an open mind. My bad for cutting you off, bro. And then, keep some jokes handy, man. You feel me? Like, if you could crack a joke, in the middle of something getting serious and making that person crack a little smile, that crushes the ice.
Okay.
Producers, just lower y'all prices, man. No, I'm just
try to keep it organic. Like I said, you don't have to necessarily, but try to build some form of a friendship or something with that person, because you want it to be something that can be long standing even when one of y'all is gone.
And apparently, producers don't mind if it's only one time, if y'all connect on that one moment, as long as you're connected to the video.
Throwback for that.
Yes. All right. Well. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I just want to throw in a point. Just respect for everyone. Honestly, if you have respect for people, they will have respect for you. Don't burn bridges. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, that part.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us and just really having this dope conversation. Everybody keep an eye out for more Open Mic episodes and follow Gig Merge at Gig Merge on all platforms. See y'all later.
Peace.
Let's get it.
Open mic, 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 open mic. Gig merge, when gigs merge, everlasting passion when I give words. Gig merge, when gigs merge, acrobatic, crafty when I flip words. Gig merge, when gigs merge.